Yes,
pretty close to 8
indeed.
months of not playing. Not really gonna show a whole lot of
It is
story. Dream, out a bit of time to myself, decided I'd do this. Didn't know what else to do. But I'm probably gonna go for Twin Blade build. Might switch it up about halfway through. I didn't save the build faces, so I'm just gonna some characters. So I am probably going to do absolutely terrible, as it's been, like I said, 8 months or more since I last played Dark Souls 3. And I know I might get attacked for having no people viewing the stream, but this one's going to YouTube, so it's going to stay as a video even if I don't have anybody watching. I'm going to do some of the old strats I used to do. I doubt I'm going to be nearly as good as any of them. Probably shouldn't be equipment on the way. Go back in the world, but you know what? Looks like gotta be risks. This feels really weird to get used to, but normally I'd go and fight the big crystal lizard, but I'm not really planning on using that boss weapon this round. And I don't really have much bit of block with physical damage. I can't remember if this game is... Oh hey, a Sacred Triangle will be useful for... Okay, it is L3 in this game. And yeah, that's probably going to see something quite often for the very beginning. Just failing to remember. So I'm going to go to Estes. No, normally that won't be a problem because I've no beat it so many times before. But like I said, I haven't played in a while. It's really weird, and I'm not wearing armor, so I'm getting a huge damage debuff. But that's good. I typically grab the black firebombs because, for those of you who don't... Edicts in that second phase you saw where he gains his infestation is weak to fire. So firebombs, if you don't start with the Pyromancer class, is one of the best ways to do it. However, I started as Mercenary because they get the, self-sword blades, so I don't have to wait for it. I think it's just fast if you really need to get them. The Estes class. Well, I'll go into this one for the Estes class. I'm going to use the Black Firebombs do try, it's a lot better than I thought it would be. Shield after... Actually, I'm gonna stick. I'm gonna go grab... I don't know why, but my sprint button is being very touchy today. But I'm gonna do the Swordmaster Ledge. For those of you who don't know, don't play a lot of Dark Souls. 1 second. Sorry, something came up for a second in my household. So, get over there with Swordmaster, which you need a shield for it. You knock him down, and sorry, you knock him down to your or to where that little ledge I brought him down to. And once he's on that little ledge, just use your shield and light attack him couple times and it will push him off. Now what I'm doing right now is collectively, I'm going to open up the area in a second. I'm pretty sure it's going to spawn in and I missed quite a few items there. I think this is homeward bound. So there's quite a few items in this beginning area, including bigger souls and stuff like that. The thing I'm going to grab is after the first bonfire you grab is some fire bombs if you go down below. And during one of the glitches in a few seconds, black fire bombs can both be traded for technical. Very important. You get the fire bombs. You can use these against Gundyr. I typically don't grab them as I like to just get Gundyr and finish him. You can do it however. That's just my personal preference. I just run past these guys, I don't give enough souls to be worth it. Wasting the time. Potentially, if you get ganged up on, early game, especially if you're doing like me where you're doing armorless right now, it can really mess up your ember. It's really helpful to have. So, why I was just rested there, even though I wasn't low or anything, A, to replenish my Estus, and B, to get the Swordmaster's items, because if you noticed, I didn't get anything from the Swordmaster, yet he drops 2 items. I could do a Nuchi Katana build, but I think I will stick with myself Sword Blades. You get that, and then that will actually be my armor for right now, is the Master's Attire. Gives me a little bit more armor, without the cost of having a huge weight increase, because I like that faster. By the way, if your class doesn't start with shield, then item on the tree is your best friend, because it's like you saw the east-west shield. I like this bonfire. By the way, for those of you who played, you'll probably be most annoying a lot of this. If somebody ever comes across it that hasn't played, I kind of like to see them have the info so they can have fun with the game as well. Now, I went the wrong way, but I'm gonna go do the tree jump. for the quick Silver Serpent Ring, and no fruit of the tree. Oh, dang, that sucks. No seed of the giant tree, or whatever it's called. So, there's a here, right? Over here. Okay, what are you gonna do? Go. Nope, that's what we're doing. Basically, actually, there's an easier way. What you're doing is you're sprinting up this tree and leaping off to get on that part of the roof. Now, this could take me a few minutes. It normally does, but I'll get the hang of it back in a second. There we go. As you can see, I'm on the roof now. I didn't have to buy the tower keys right there. But I will probably still buy it later so I can do the whole patches and see the quest. If I remember correctly, which I probably don't, yeah. I was gonna say I think there's an item over here, but there's not. You going right here? Very careful going across this, because if you fall, you will die and lose your ember. Isn't something I do. But no, do something here. Inventory. Sorry. I'm just realizing I have to take out my health bar. Fuck it. It's been a while. So we're gonna want to leave it to trade. You get the large titanite from the firebomb and the chunk from the blood firebomb. There's also an Estus shard up here. It's normally locked until you get tower key. And like I said, be very careful. That's why I'm taking this. So you go over here. This wall, it's illusionary. Right over there is a mimic. You can tell by its purple chain. Right in here, you just put the Silver Serpent. This will be the first ring I put on. So it really helps with level progression. And just walk down. Off it. Heads. And then switch to safety. This guy's already here. As soon as I get, if you kill Curse Greatwood, Curse Rock Greatwood.
Welcome to the island. Very well then taken. Farewell, Ashen.
Old lady right there.
Well, you're in a toilsome journey, I'd wager. You require good arms. Let me,
I'm going to what is this? As I'm not earning a lot of mana, and the only thing that I have, I don't believe I can equip it yet.
pretty beep, I don't.
Actually, I don't remember what he sells. He doesn't sell anything.
Pretty beep.
I remember the smithing I could get the White Slime Soapstone, but I don't have any way to play with right now, so I'm not going to do that. And this is where you can normally get the Firebomb if you wanted. Trying to see if there's any items over here. One off the top of my head. There's not. Besides that for later. Nothing in there.
Ashen 1.
So I recommend figuring out what weapon you're gonna use. See what it scales with. This has an E scaling in strength and a C scaling in dex. Which you can see these are the same in their kind of stats. Katana has a little bit more damage, less defense and everything. Less durability. So it'll be a bit harder. You know what? I will go for a Uchi Katana hood for once. Normally I run Soul Sword or a heavier weapon, but I will run the Uchi Katana for a run. So get that 11 strength. Then scaling dex, damage. I'm not put at least 1 point in each. Luck
Farewell,
is a
Ashen
stat if
One.
you're going for. I'd recommend if you're going for Black Knight Sword for your weapon of choice for the playthrough, which is the Black Knight Longsword. Level your luck because you're going to need it to farm the knights. Now it's been a good long while since I've fully done a Uchigatana playthrough, so I don't remember all the parry timing or its full attacks, so you're gonna have to forgive me on that one. I'll probably switch up my weapon a few times in this playthrough, just to keep it, like, spicy. Sorry for the slow movement, I had to do it with my index finger. Now, I'd normally recommend buying some fire bombs if you're going to go that way, as there's a black knight that spawns. There's a black knight that spawns on top of that, or not black knight, sorry. One of the sludge beasts, or the infected beasts as I call them. Basically what Edict's had in a normal enemy, and he will drop a Titanite shard, or 2 Titanite shards and 1 other thing. It's super useful to kill him, but it can be very hard if you don't have fire bombs or you're not a pyromancer. Some of these guys one that get him. That guy is now you can head down there. There'll be an ambush with 1, but 2 of them won't target you. Or 2 enemies won't target you. Until you get in there. However, what you can also do, and you'll get an extra item out of it. So if you come up here, there'll be a few more enemies you have to take care of. I recommend taking this guy first. If you can hit him with 14 rings that bell, this guy right here won't wake up. So none of these guys will wake up, and they're having a much easier time taking care of them. See, instead of having any of them attack me, I was able to just finish them off quickly without having to worry about it. Now if you come down here, you drop onto this ledge, come right here, and grab this gold piners. This would be super useful for the, in my opinion, first actual boss of this game. You can see is over there, I believe, is the guy that would ambush you. I'd have to. You have enough strength to push past it right. It is actually a guy is leaning on that door frame over there, and he will attack you. He's one who ambushes. You can take the ladder, but you can also just do that. It's probably even quicker, but not just as fast. Grab the soul corpse. I kicked. I did not mean to kick. Okay, not arrows can be fired at me. Now, go up here. I'm trying to think of where all the locations are. Up here, you can get. But there's a claymore way in the back and a couple other items up here. Cool to get. Not really what I recommend. I don't really recommend getting them unless you have enough Esters. Or really good fight resistance. Okay, now you can see this has a straight chain. Meaning it is a... Well, in my my opinion, one of the best early game weapons decks. However, he does that. He just figured I'd show that to you guys, because it's been way too long since I fought a Mimic to be any usefulness against it. And I'm still not completely used to the Uchikatamas. I think after every boss or so, I'll try to take up the weapon. Now, I honestly recommend it. I was trying to do a lot of limitations with this one. I seriously recommend it. Like, after your first few times, when you get good at it, just run through the enemies. Most of them will chase you, but it's not really consequential. When you get good at it, open it, it will fuck your ass. It will eat you. Remember. Out here, there will be that knight. That knight is what drops the Lothric sword, if you want that. I'm not going to fight it right now, as I said, I'm not super acquainted with the Uchikatama. Okay, couple runs right here. The best place to fight him, because it can be multiple. It's either plunge attack the guy right next to you and deal with that guy, but the knight can come back up to the staircase, or come up here, hold him at the staircase, and get the bonfire. Problem with this is it was right there. That guy, move his corpse if he drops anything. Right here, and bonfire. Except this one. Yeah, okay, sure. Now I fully have the ability to upgrade my Chikana to +1, but I will not change it. As it's just kind of dumb to do so, in my opinion. Process, if you're careful. Grab some firebombs. Goes right out here. Is another one of the transforming bastards. I typically decide to not fight this one, as I'm very normally weak at this point in the game, and it's not a good idea to fight it. Unless you can play for a while. Now, hear that scream. Oh. I recommend keeping the firebombs. If you go over in there, there's a few rooms. There's a Estus Shard, Titanite, and a key to one of the NPCs in the game. I'm not going to bother with it right now, as it is always a cesspool of death for me. Even though it's chasing constantly, so I typically decide to not do that one. There's also a skip you can do here, where you jump from that top layer onto a ledge. You can kind of see not fighting this one. I am not going to fight the Wing Knight here, as while he can drop the Wing Knight halberd, it's a super fun weapon to use. I am not going to risk it. I will grab some of these items so I can pull them around this area, but I'm not going to pull on the It's a cool little trick, because you don't have to go out, you can roll up that hill. Come out here, right? And there's a shortcut you can open up that I should. Now, these two will fight you together. But, ow, they do not follow you into the chapel. The chapel is a safe space for now. They will not follow you in, they de-aggro. Talk to this lady.
Are you ready to have?
Put the small Lothric banner, because you're going to need that. take out and put on this resin. Make sure the knights aren't too focused on you. If they're close to the door, you can get caught in that choke and it'll get that. Come up here. They're gonna follow me. You can kind of deal with this guy. You can hear him behind me, and that's kind of terrifying when he follows me. Okay, this is where that other area was, so I was telling you about that you can jump down onto. That might be aggro's here, so it's kind of good to go up here. But you see right there, you can jump from there onto that roof, over to that roof, and completely ignore that guy. It's best to do if you have the silver cat ring, so it's typically New Game Plus kind of strat. But you don't need it, it won't kill you if you have a little bit of HP and an Ember gun. What you do, you go in here. Stuff on the that'll do is we'll send it up to the very top, which is it's hard to explain where the area is, but it's a cool area. It just has that elevator, nothing really much. Green blossoms to get your stamina or stamina recovery items. So you can't get the core entry in yet. They're a good kind of settlement to have. As you can see, you aggro a ton of enemies on these paths. You don't really need to fight them for the souls. I'm personally just trying to skip through bosses. It's over with. Right, nothing follows you into this room normally. Kind of see that. I recommend having your golden pie resin up. If you grabbed it, right, you'll get through this little cutscene and this phase is all about this is me. Get up close. Forgive me for this. I find it very hard to use the Uchi Katana. It's not my favorite weapon by a long shot. It is, honestly, probably my least favorite. So I'm actually going to suspect a weapon I am semi-proficient with. Now, you can use the Embers to do a full heal. While it's good to do it, Embers also take a long time to do, so it's really only good if you know you have a good bit of time. And it's not something I recommend doing often. But I will see if I can do the... So drop right here. Now this part is very... typically you can do good at it. I'm not. I didn't even get a spring to start. But you can actually jump onto that roof if your weight's low enough and you time it right. Very hard to do. I've seen very few people do it, but I know it's possible. And you can actually see there's a summon stone. I'm gonna see. You can actually see 2 here. You actually can't be super fast at it as much as I wish you could. However, the sword, you can see the sword master's here, even though I killed him. That guy's getting summoned. I'm gonna go into the boss room. Okay, so you're not seeing gameplay Honestly, I don't even know how to add Ultra Great or Great Sword. That's one of the funnest weapons to use. You could do a lot of prep, upgrade weapons and stuff, do other things. I'm not gonna do that. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna try to do this area by area of how I'm gonna show you. Just go through the game like that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you a few more of the secrets and what you need to do in this area, and then I'm gonna be done with this guy's stream. Cause yep, my it's been at least half an hour as far as I can. Alright. I hate that. Alright, in here. There will be a guy to finish you back. I seriously recommend you do it. Limited hunter charms are useful because you don't have to fight limits with them. You can actually you can actually just straight up skip past them. Because there's a sword in that room that guy just came out of. It's the one you start with if you pick the Nightclef Sword is the broken sword. It's one of those swords you start with the, I believe it's the Nightclef Warrior, if that's the class. I don't know. Another shield. Don't really say you really need shields, but firebombs. Firebombs can be very useful in this room, and I will do it a little bit because I personally hate this room. I'm trying to remember the exact. What's up there? There's I am trying to. Oh no, it is. Okay, in this little conjunction, if you're not just notice that. Going all through it. Over here is the Cherry Blossoms. Right down there's some gold. It's over here. Sorry, I'm kind of revisiting some of these areas for the first time. Just right here. You get the Artoria Straight Sword, or Astora Straight Sword. Now here is where I say firebombs are super useful. lot of these are explosive notes. I didn't know that one, but if you can aim right, you can hit enemies with them and completely aggro and take them out without taking any damage. Just be careful to not throw yourself off the edge if you're doing this strat. Now he's gonna come up and actually try to come around, so it's still helpful. Even if he does, I think he actually goes to that wall. I don't think he fully makes it around. However, it pulls aggro off. Or I actually recommend coming. As you can see, that guy came back in. After a few seconds, if you leave the immediate vicinity. As you can see, there's quite a few enemies running around. This run can be very tedious to get through. Like I said, if you aim it right, fire bombs are your best friends right here. I'm actually going to aim for these barrels. You didn't do anything. God. I'm not sure if this guy. Halberds are a big design weapon. Really pretty much the biggest threat in this room, because if you see him, he's dead. That's it. They very rarely, normally very rarely, I'm just terrible to do. Okay, there is Techno Shard, over there's Mistras, then down there is the key to the jail cell, which I will show you. Sorry, I'm stuttering. Going through this key fast kind of stupidly, but I don't really care, as it is kind of just like a stream that I did, kind of fun. I didn't really expect to be informational at all. You come over here, you can take the ladder, or you can just straight up drop. I recommend dropping, it's easier. Over there is a shortcut. Can't do anything with it yet. Bypass ending. I can actually show you where that is. You grab this item. And right in here is where you will find where you need that jail cell key also. That's why I don't like Halberds. That is a wide swing that encompasses that entirely. So I tried to take it out. But I showed you where jail cell key was. I'm pretty sure there's a couple items around the side. I don't remember off the top of my head. But that's gonna be it for this stream. I died a lot, kind of just trying to show different locations. Wasn't really the most like fun of a stream, but this game does get pretty good in like level of sport, especially with friends. Sorry. I'd have to say probably just. If you're gonna play Dark Souls, you don't need to know all of it. It's just kind of it's good to know information if you're trying to like do certain goals or you're trying to really get into Dark Souls. But if you're just doing a couple playthroughs, a lot of this information you don't need. Mostly what this is gonna be is I might defeat bosses off stream, or actually no, I won't, because I'm kind of just trying to. I might just try to use like more information. I'll show you where a lot of the items are. A few tips and tricks I've learned over playing for a while. Show you the routes to go, especially the stuff like the Farron Swamp are. And just kind of show boss attacks. Kind of just like an impromptu beginner guide. So. But if I had a high level account, still, I'd show you all the bosses again on New Game Plus with a fully complete build of mine. But I cannot right now, so this will have to go. So, adios, and peace out.